Hello everybody. Today we are going to present about infrared lights. So let me introduce ourselves. Me, myself, Develan, my group mate Kugan Raj, and as well as Kirtana. We have prepared a very interesting topic, which is infrared light, and we have chosen the infrared remote control as our experimental substance. Let's move on. What is infrared lights? It is a region of electromagnetic radiation spectrum where wavelengths range from about 700 nanometers to 1 millimeters. It is also a longer waves than those of visible lights, but shorter than those of radio waves. And what is infrared remote, as we chose remote as our experimental substance? It is a wireless device used to work sound, video, and other electronic hardware inside a room, utilizing light signals in the infrared range, which is known as IR. It is a controller that transmits the needs of us, such as power on, power off, volume up, and volume down. It speaks to the receptions in the TV, sound system, or other gadgets. So in this presentation, what are we going to present today? Alright, here we have prepared three interesting experiments. First of all, experiment 1.1, where we will be testing the power of the signal from the remote to the TV with the distance as we increase from shorter to longer. And experiment 1.2 will be about the digital camera and the remote control, where we will be able to see the light that emits from the remote control through the digital camera. And lastly, 1.3, we will be testing about the power of the signal that goes through between the black plastic bags. And let's go move on to the experiments. Experiment 1.
This is experiment 1.1. For this experiment, I'm going to use my remote control here and check whether the TV is going to on or not with this distance. And it's working. Yes, for this distance it's working. Next, I'm going to repeat the experiment by going further away. Okay, this is repetition 2, and this is the far I'm here from the TV, and I'm going to try now. And it's working, and it's detecting still. This is for number 3 repetition, and my distance from the TV is even further. And right now I'm going to check using the remote control. And yes, it's working still. Okay, this is repetition number 4, and my distance from the TV is quite far. And now I'm going to see whether it's going to work or not. So it's not detecting, and the remote control cannot reach. Okay guys, we have finished our experiment and we have gotten our results, and based on the results we can conclude that the further we are from the TV, and it will be hard for us to change the channels, then it will be hard for TV to detect the light coming from the remote, which is infrared. So this is the conclusion.
Next up, we will go to the experiment 1.2.
Good day everyone. Today I'm going to explain about the second experiment that we are going to talk about, the infrared light. And this experiment will be again with the remote control and a digital camera. Okay, what I'm going to test at here is I'm going to test the infrared light that emits from the remote control. As we human beings, we cannot see that with our naked eyes, but through the digital camera we can detect the light which is coming out from the digital remote. Okay, we have our things here ready for the experiment, a digital camera and a remote control. And here we can see, we cannot see the digital light, infrared light that emits from the remote control. And now we are going to test it with the digital camera. Alright, as we can see here, I'm putting it under the camera and pressing the remote control, and we can see there's light emitting from the remote control. This can't be seen by our naked eyes, but only can be seen from this kind of digital cameras. That's how the experiment works. As we saw just now, we can't see the infrared light that was emitted by the remote control with our rare eyes, but with the digital camera on top, we were able to see the light that emits from the remote control. human eyes are not sensitive to infrared lights. This is because we only be able to see a minimum amount, a minimum portion of the light, which is actually very rare also. It's only can be seen by these kind of experiments. So in conclusion, that we are not able to see the infrared lights through our naked eyes, but only through a digital camera. Thank you.
Next, we have experiment 1.3.
For this experiment, we are using a black garbage bag and a remote control. First, without blocking the remote control, I'm going to try to turn on the television. And the television is turned on. Next, I'm going to use this garbage bag to close the top of the remote control and try to turn off the television. The television is turned off. This is because infrared ray can pass through black plastic bags. Thank you. Previously, we used one piece of garbage bag to turn off the television. Now we will repeat the same steps by turning on the television and turning off, but with using 2 layers, 3 layers and 4 layers of garbage bag. Just now, since we used one piece of garbage bag to turn off, now I'm using 2 pieces of garbage plastics to turn on the television. It cannot pass through 2 plastic bags, hence the TV cannot be turned on. Now we are using 3 layers of garbage bag. Three layers also, the TV cannot be turned on because the ray cannot pass through. When the ray cannot pass through 2 plastic bags, for sure it cannot pass through 3 or 4 plastic bags. Thank you.
And here we have the types of remote control. As we can see here, there are a lot of remote controls. And as the conclusion from this experiment, we can conclude that IR remote control can be very convenient to us human due to its ability to travel through the reach and receiver but minimum condition. It is also saying that IR remote control are very convenient and essential to many sectors to others than remote control television. Infrared system can be used in various other crucial sectors. Thank you so much for listening.